The cedar fence stood tall, its fresh planks glowing under the morning sun, when Patricia Langston, the HOA queen of Pine Hollow, Idaho, stormed onto my ranch like a wildfire. She jabbed a manicured finger at my gate, screeching that my new barrier was a crime against beauty, and threatening to call 911 as if I'd torched her prized azaleas. She slapped a "Remove Fence" sign on my post, ranting that it was uglier than her last book club's potluck. My land, free of her HOA's grip, seemed to mock her as she live-streamed her tantrum, flailing like a cat in a windstorm. My name's Caleb Reed, and if your neighbors ever turned a simple project into a war zone, drop a comment below and tell me where you're reading from. This saga, set in September 2023, starts with a fence but spirals into a battle over legacy, power, and truth. Buckle up, it's a wild ride. 2 years ago, I settled on my 7-acre spread in Pine Hollow, a quiet slice of country just beyond the city's reach. As a retired park ranger, I'd spent 10 years protecting public lands, and this ranch was my chance to build something personal. The fence wasn't a whim, it was a shield for my 4 horses, funded by my pension and built to last. I'd saved for months, double-checked property lines, and secured county permits to ensure every post was legal. This land wasn't just dirt, it was my grandfather's dream, sketched on faded paper I kept in my desk. He'd taught me to ride here, his calloused hands steadying the reins. I buried his old hat under the oak by the barn, carved my initials beside his on a beam, and vowed to honor his memory. That fence was my line in the sand, a boundary for my horses and my heart. That Tuesday, Patricia's heels sank into my gravel drive as she pounded my door, her floral skirt clashing with her fury. "Caleb Reed, that fence is a blight," she yelled, her necklace glinting like a warning beacon. "Tear it down, or I'll have you fined." I leaned against the doorframe, keeping my voice steady. "Morning, Patricia. My land's outside your HOA. Permits are airtight." Her face reddened. "It's visible from the road, ruining our values," she snapped. Neighbor Matt Carver, a welder who'd fought Patricia's rules over his toolbox shed, poked his head out. "Hey, Caleb, is the HOA Empress hassling you about that fine fence?" Patricia spun, glaring. "Matt, stay out of it." Matt grinned. "Get some popcorn, Caleb." She's in full drama mode. Things escalated fast. By noon, Patricia nailed her sign to my gate, its red letters screaming "Remove Fence." Her live stream, shot from sneaky angles to make my fence loom like a fortress, called it a neighborhood curse. I watched from my kitchen, her voice piercing the glass. "Caleb Reed thinks he's above us." She ran into her phone. "This monstrosity mocks our community." I muttered, "Queens don't vandalize gates, Patricia." That evening, I triple-checked my 1980 survey maps, confirming my land's independence from her HOA. Smiling, I knew she'd picked the wrong fight. If she wanted war, I was ready. I installed hidden cameras around my fence, tucked among pines and posts, to catch her next move. Matt swung by with coffee. "Trouble brewing?" he asked. I nodded toward Patricia's house, where she paced her porch. "She's plotting. I'm preparing." Her letter arrived, demanding I raise the fence by dawn or face a lawsuit. Matt chuckled. "Her throne's wobbling since her divorce. She needs this win." I gripped Grandpa's sketch, resolve hardening. That night, I crashed the Pine Hollow HOA meeting, a buzzing hive of 35 neighbors. Patricia projected my fence, snarling, "It's an eyesore." I stepped up, survey in hand. "My land's mine. Check the law." Her smirk faltered as I laid out permits, maps, and deeds. "This letter's harassment," I said, holding up her demand. Neighbors murmured, doubt creeping in. Board member Laura Bennett fumbled papers, rattled by my evidence. Patricia shouted, "It's about community, not lines." But her grip was slipping as folks questioned her power. I left, seeds of skepticism sown, knowing she'd lash out. Next morning, I found a smashed fence post, tire tracks gouged in the dirt. My cameras caught Patricia's SUV clipping it at 3 a.m., her plate clear. Matt whistled at the footage. "That's a felony, Caleb." I held off calling the cops, adding more cameras and motion sensor lights that blinked red at night. I posted the meeting clip to the neighborhood chat, titled "Truth About My Fence," showing my legal proof. Laura commented, "This clears things up." I sent her the vandalism video anonymously, stirring her doubts. Patricia countered with a teary post, standing by my fence. "It's not about lines, it's about belonging," she sobbed, framing my fence as a snub. I called from my porch, keep filming, Patricia. You'll need it to apologize. Matt winked. Her drama's our ammo. 3 nights later, my sensors blared at 1:30 a.m. Cameras showed Patricia on speakerphone, directing 2 men to rip off 10 boards near my horse's pasture. Make it look like wind, she hissed. Thunder, my mare, nearly stepped on jagged wood. I filmed from my window, heart pounding, as they snapped planks and tossed them into my field. Patricia paced, texting, oblivious to my lenses. I chased their van's taillights, nearly catching them. At dawn, Matt surveyed the wreckage. She's unhinged, he said. I documented the damage, preserving fingerprints. Deputy Luke Tanner, my former colleague, reviewed the footage. Conspiracy, criminal mischief, he said. You could arrest her now. I grinned. Let her dig deeper. Patricia posted, Caleb's fence collapsed, endangering kids. Laura called it vandalism, her comment deleted fast. Matt quipped, Wynn's got surgical precision now. Laura confessed that night. Ice heavy. Patricia wanted me to lie about your fence. I saw flashlights last night. I showed her the footage. She gasped. She's a criminal. She gave a written statement, bolstering my case. I feigned defeat, telling Patricia I'd dismantle the fence in 3 days. Her victory post gloated. Caleb's caved. Neighbors split, some cheered, others groaned. I leaked the vandalism clip to a local news station, captioned HOA tyrant caught, set to air in 24 hours. Saturday, Patricia hosted a fence demolition party, 20 neighbors sipping coffee, expecting my surrender. She glowed in yellow, queen of her crowd. I stepped out with a laptop and speaker, no tools. Caleb, start tearing, she crowed. I smiled. First, a presentation. The screen lit up with her SUV hitting my post, then her directing the board breaking. Gasps rippled. Doctored, she screamed, but I rolled clips of her live streams, her angled photos, her victory selfies by my eyesore. Laura yelled, You threatened my roses to lie. The crowd turned, voices rising. I held up my deeds. My land's free. Patricia's lied, vandalized, and bullied. Her tears fell, her sundress limp as she fled. Neighbors rebuilt my fence, adding carved post caps, turning it into a showpiece. Laura took interim HOA president, vowing fairness. A meeting was called to oust Patricia. Sunday, she posted a frantic video, makeup smeared, accusing me of stalking her kids and spying with cameras. She filed 4 911 calls in 5 days, claiming I slashed her tires, waved guns, and planned arson. Online, strangers split, some pitted her tears, others saw her lies. Luke called, tense. Weapons call at your place. Stay calm. I proved I was home, cameras rolling. Luke sighed. 4th false report. She's done. Monday, Luke and I knocked at Patricia's door. She answered, primed for my arrest. Officers, he's a menace, she cooed. Luke cut in. You targeted Sheriff Caleb Reed, county law for 10 years. Her face crumpled, legs buckling. Sheriff? She whispered, clutching her door. I flashed my badge. Every call, every lie, was against me. Ignorance doesn't excuse crime. Her pleas, I didn't know, faded as I laid out her charges. False reports, vandalism, harassment. Resign, apologize, pay damages, leave in 30 days, or jail, I said, showing her sneaking by my fence at 2 a.m., caught again. She nodded, sobbing, signing her resignation, posting a stilted apology, and listing her house. Patricia faced charges, her reputation ash. Her home sold fast, neighbors shunning her. My fence gleamed, horses safe, legacy intact. Laura led a fair HOA. The community healed. Was I too harsh, exposing her publicly? Should HOAs reach beyond their bounds? Will Patricia plot revenge? Comment, like, subscribe, tell me your side.